Let's talk about ACDC's knowledge graph. I'm kidding. Last night I was listening to Thunderstruck as I have a tendency to do. I was watching a video because I like it. Malcolm's giving like right here, RIP to a real one. And then like Angus was doing a thing, like that kicking thing he did the school. Forget it. But anyway, so I wanted to know, I was like, I had questions. I was like, well, when was this song released? Because I'm looking at the dudes in the band. I'm like, I know that a lot of dudes was like being middle aged and in bands like in the 90s. I remember Aerosmith like made another round, you know what I mean? And Motley Crue, they weren't as old, but it was given middle age, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, how old are these guys? When was the song released? And now I'm looking at the knowledge panel for Thunderstruck. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right, Arena Rock, perfect. And then I see license costs. And I was like, that's weird. I've never seen a knowledge panel for a song that has a license cost. So I was like, is that something that like Google is doing now? Like that's actually pretty cool if it is. So naturally, I opened a tab and I'm like, okay, well, what other songs probably, would you want to know the license cost for? It would have to be, there's a good one. It would have to be a good song, right? Something that was like popular, that was trendy or whatever. Okay, so there's no Chris Stapleton license cost. What about Whitney Houston? I Will Always Love You, yeah. That song was huge. If anything is going to cost for $500,000, there's no license cost on this one either. What about something a little bit more recent? Uh-oh. Don't come at me. Baby Shark. Looks like this did not come out in 2024, but do you? Okay. So no license cost there. So if the most popular songs in the world, let's say Thriller, right? Because Michael Jackson's trending right now. There's no license cost here either. So if the most popular songs in the world don't also have license costs, it's not a knowledge, like it's not a knowledge panel thing. It's probably more of a knowledge graph thing. Somehow the licensing fee for this song has become part of the identity cluster for this particular entity. For Thunderstruck as a thing in machines, the licensing cost of that, or the license cost of that song, is one of the identifying markers that it's important enough to show up in a knowledge graph. So now I want to know why. Give me some. Oh, wait. There's a link. There was a link already in there. Facebook.com. That's weird. So this is a Facebook post from 92.7 The Fan. I don't know if that, I mean, The Van. I don't know if that's a real radio station. It got 9 likes, 1 comment. How is this sucker in a knowledge panel? April 27th, 2022. Set to public. ACDC's Thunderstruck is the most expensive song to license for movies, TV shows, and video games. It costs $500,000 to use it in the movie Varsity Blues. And I know I've heard that song in a Marvel movie more than 20 years ago, and it's been in tons of movies since. Facebook. Okay, so now we're looking up, is it true? Yeah, thank you. Smart computer. So now we have an AI overview paid by the producers of the 1990 film Varsity Blues to secure the rights to the track during its iconic stadium and locker room scenes. I don't know how iconic it was because I ain't seen that movie, but okay. But look, on the right hand side, in this panel, Cobra Kai creator on why licensing ACDC tunes is difficult, the most expensive song to license, iHeart, Loudwire, Rock 95, Blabbermouth, YouTube. Is it Henny or Hen Music? So Loudwire, that's from April 14th of 2014. This one from the van is 4 years old, but it's a YouTube post. This is August 14th, 2014. So we know Oh no, this is August 14th. So August 14th, 2014 is the earliest date we see right now. April 27th, 2022, April 27th, AOL.com, 6 days ago. Okay. Let me click on that because that's worth. Um, August 15th, 2014. So we know that, like, for this particular piece of information, it looks like there's a good chance the canonical source for this particular tidbit surfaced somewhere around 2014, which begs the question, how did a Facebook post went out over Loudwire, which has a Moz domain authority of 77 and 30,000 referring domains and 5 million referral links and a spam score of 1%. How did this Facebook post with 9 thumbs ups show up as the citation link for this stat in the knowledge graph of Thunderstruck? I would like to submit to you right now that it's probably just a simple case of extractability. In order for you to grab this same bit of information from Loudwire, you would have to, oh no, let's look at the original Loudwire post here. It's from 2014. And Varsity Blues came out in 1999, so this post came out 15 years after this actually happened. But in order to get this stuff, because it's not optimized for snippets, was licensed to the film for a massive $500,000. I remember being absolutely horrified when I heard that number. And this is publicly surfaceable. It's Facebook. It links directly to the actual song, the actual video, the Vivo channel of AC/DC with Thunderstruck already queued up. It's got the title there. AC/DC's Thunderstruck is the most expensive song to license. And in 2 sentences, you see exactly what movie it was in, when that movie came out, how much it was, and the general idea. And that is how it ended up that a Facebook post with 9 likes became the citation that was surfaced for that particular stat. And that is insane.